All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Harakakodash. A double honors unto the elders and apostles of JMS Great Millstone. And a sincere Shalom to Hearken, bringing out this word in diligence and in truth. Now, Lord willing, the basis of this lesson is going to come from, the account within 1 Kings, the 12th chapter, concerning Rehoboam, not adhering unto the counsel, of the elders. Right, because we're in a time in which for choices of needing wise counsel, as the scripture says, this is what we must do: attain wise. This Proverbs 1:5, it says, a wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsels. Right, wise counsels, man. And these wise counsels, understanding that here in the body, and we have men who have lived through the same experiences in which the younger brothers, are going through currently. And that's why, for example, Apostle Gabar, he always goes into getting on your business, man, and making sure that how you deal with women, you live by yourself, things of this sort, because he has experience of dealing with the BS that comes with it, man. Even Apostle Paul said in the book of 1 Corinthians, the 7th chapter, those that have wives be as though they have none. And he just recently said in the video, if you and your woman got your own cribs, that's even better, man, right? But that's just an account or not explanation. That's just an account or a example. An example of adhering unto wise counsel, right? Now, when we go here into the book of 1 Kings, the 12th chapter, right, this is after Solomon, and when Rehoboam was basically set up to be king. And I want to start here at here we go. I'm going to start this off. And Rehoboam went to Shechem, for all Israel were come to Shechem to make him king. And it came to pass when Jeroboam the son of Nebat, who was yet in Egypt, heard of it, for he was fled from the presence of King Solomon, and Jeroboam dwelt in Egypt, that they sent and called him. And Jeroboam and all the congregation of Israel came and spake unto Rehoboam, saying, Thy father made our yoke grievous. Now therefore make thou the grievous service of thy father, and his heavy yoke which he put upon us lighter, and we will serve thee. Right? It says, and he said unto them, Depart yet for 3 days, then come again to me. And the people departed. Basically, he wanted to come down to a conclusion that was going to be wise for not only the nation, but for the benefit of Israel. Right? Continuing. It says, and King Rehoboam consulted with the old men, the aged men, the wise men, right? The men that had experience with the governing matters under Solomon, under his father, right? It says, and Rehoboam consulted with the old men that stood before Solomon his father while he yet lived. So these men dealt with a numerous amount of occurrences, man. Being part of a governing body and having experience within it, and still being a part of that governing body, right? That means you occurred a bunch of scenarios for that you have to conquer, basically. So this was already the wise counsel in which King Solomon was around, right? It says, and King Rehoboam consulted with the old men that stood before Solomon his father while he had yet lived, and said, How do ye advise that I may answer this people? And they spake unto him, saying, If thou wilt be a servant unto this people this day, and will serve them and answer them and speak good words to them, then they will be thy servants forever. Right now, understanding, this is our book. These are our forefathers and the history of our nation, right? Understanding how Jake moved. When the scripture is going to say he forsook the counsel of the old men. This is 8. But he forsook the counsel of the old men which they had given him, and consulted with the young men that were grown up with him, and which stood before him. So basically, he heard the advice of the elders, but that's not what he wanted to hear. So he then consulted with other men to get the answer that he wanted. Basically, the yes men, right? He wanted the answer that was comfortable and to his mind, not the answer that was the right decision, but the answer that appeased his emotions. And that's what the apostles always say. Hey, when brothers give forth counsel, adhere unto that counsel, man. Because Yahweh Shema Shai can mess you up if you do not listen to that counsel. Because it's not just coming from men. It's coming from men who are led by the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai. So ultimately, it's coming from Yahweh Shema Shai, man. Right? So he forsook that advice. And let's continue to read what happened. It says, and he said unto them, what counsel give ye, that we may answer this people? Who have spoken to me, saying, make the yoke which my father did put upon us lighter. And the young man, the man he grew up around with, right? Grew up with him, spake unto him, saying, thus shalt thou speak unto this people that spake unto thee, saying, thy father made our yoke heavy, but make thou it lighter unto us. Thus shalt thou say unto them, my little finger shall be thicker than my father's loins. And now, whereas my father did lade you with a heavy yoke, I will add to your yoke. My father hath chastised you with whips, but I will chastise you with scorpions. Hey, so Jay gave even more rigor. He became even more rigorous. Hey, and this is where more division between, Israel, the northern and southern kingdom, happened because of this, man. Hey, even down to the point where they stoned the tax collector. I believe the dude was a tax collector. I'm gonna get into it, Salaki. It says 12. It says, so Jeroboam and all the people came to Rehoboam the third day as the king had appointed, saying, come to me again the third day. And the king answered the people roughly and forsook the old men's counsel that they gave him, and spake to them after the counsel of the young man, saying, my father made your yoke heavy, and I will add to your yoke. My father also chastised you with whips, but I will chastise you with scorpions. Wherefore the king hearkened not unto the people, for the cause was from the Lord, that he might perform his saying, which the Lord Yahweh spake by Ahijah the Shilonite unto Jeroboam the son of Nebat. So when all Israel saw that the king hearkened not unto them, the people answered the king, saying, what portion have we in David? And when you read NLT, it says, down with the dynasty of David, man. Right? And that's heavy. That's Jake ultimately forsaken, that governing body. And being in unison, all 12 being in unison, right? It says, neither have we inheritance in the son of Jesse. To your tents, O Israel, now see to thine own house, David. So Israel departed to their tents. It says, but as the children of Israel which dwelt in the cities of Judah, Rehoboam reigned over them. Then Rehoboam sent Adoram, who was over the tribute, right? So I believe tribute was going into the tax collector. I'm going to go into his name just to make sure. H151. It says, an officer of Rehoboam, does it have any more? Contracted. I know tribute is money. Man who reigns in David, Solomon was a royal minister. Unusual matter contracted. Let's see what the NLT say. Just to make sure, don't want to. Oh, it says who's in charge of the labor force to restore order, Salakia. So it wasn't it was not a tax collector. In NLT it says he was in charge of the labor force to restore order. And then it says, but in KJV it says over the tribute. So it could have been a both, either. It says, and all Israel stoned him with stones that he died. Therefore King Rehoboam made speed to get him up to his chariot to flee to Jerusalem. So they still killed basically the messenger, the one that was sent unto him, sent unto them, Salaki, right? 1 second, I want to see something really quick. Yeah, that's the point. Now I want to I got some precepts right here, concerning the matter of order and wise counsel. This is the book of Proverbs. (27). Right? Because though, it's like you're not though. In this truth, man, you're going to get the skinny, and you're going to get the words when you ask for advice and counsel. Brothers are going to make sure through the spirit that you get the counsel that's needful and necessity unto you. And it may not sound appealing unto you. It may be harsh, but nevertheless, it's for your benefit, man. To make your yoke and your burden easier in this truth. Brothers have experienced all types of shit, man. From women to financial to physical issues, mental, whatever the case is. The body has covered it, right? So when brothers tell you of these things, it's imperative that you hearken, because if you don't, it can be detrimental. And the scripture says this in the book of Proverbs 27, right? Faithful are the wounds of a friend, but the kisses of an enemy are deceitful. Brothers aren't here to be yes men for you, man. You know, a real friend, a real a person that really cares about you ain't gonna tell you what you want to hear. They're gonna tell you what's needful for you to hear, even if it hurts, right? So as the elders told Rehoboam of the counsel that he should give, he thought it's best not to listen to the men who had the experience, because he wanted to go through with the plan that he already had in his mind, right? And that ultimately messed up a lot, right? I also want to grab this precept here in the book of matter of fact, I got this word discourse, and I looked it up on the online Edom, right? It says discourse, the process of understanding, reasoning, thought. It says to go over a subject, running over a subject in speech, communication of thought in words, discussion or treatment of a subject in formal speech or writing. It says to hold discourse is to communicate thoughts or ideas, especially in a formal matter, right? See if it has any more. That was the point. But let's get into these precepts concerning discourse, because the scriptures cover a bunch of about discourse, or godly discourse, as the scripture says. This is coming from the book of Ecclesiasticus, Sirach 6. It's Sirach 6, and I'm gonna start here at 18. And it says, my son, gather instruction from thy youth up, so shalt thou find wisdom till thine own age, right? And then instruction and adherence, those lessons are taught to you, from men, ultimately, them bringing forth, the scriptures and teaching you, right? And when you practice and rehearse within those instructions, wisdom is going to continue to dwell with you, right? So it says, my son, gather instruction from thy youth up, so shalt thou find wisdom to thine own age. Right, now that's 6 and 18. Now I'm gonna jump down to 6 and 35. It says, be willing to hear every godly discourse, and let not the parables of understanding escape thee. Right? He allowed that wise counsel to escape him, because he already had a motive in his mind of what he really wanted to do. That's why he kept asking. He was like, oh, this ain't the answer I want. I ain't want to hear this. Let me ask the men that's under me, or the men I grew up with. They'll understand. Not even understanding that was a wicked move. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start here at 32. It says, my son, if thou wilt, thou shalt be taught, and if thou wilt apply thy mind, thou shalt be prudent, right? Wise. It says, if thou love to hear, thou shalt receive understanding, and if thou bow thine ear, thou shalt be wise. Stand in the multitude of the elders, and cleave unto him that is wise. Right? He did not do that. He did the opposite. He cleaved unto the men that had the same experience as him. It says, stand in the multitude of the elders, and cleave unto him that is wise. And he was in the council of the elders. It says, be willing to hear every godly discourse, and let not the parables of understanding escape thee. 36. And if thou seest a man of understanding, give thee betimes unto him, and let thy foot wear the steps of his door. Because that man, in the slang of Jake, as we say, he gonna put you on game, man. He gonna let you know of the ways to walk. It's a saying that I say, you don't have to get hit to know it hurts, right? And that goes to the experience of elder brothers, the elders and apostles. They've been through so many different trials, man. So many different tests. So if you're putting yourself through the same or through similar self-inflictions, when the wisdom and the experience to that they gave you to basically bypass that whooping, hey, then that's gonna be on you, man. You're gonna have to live with that. But you don't have to get hit to no hurt. You know? The lessons that they say, hey, they tell you the consequences that happen because of it. So you don't have to go through that same pain. Right? Now I'm gonna grab another precept. This is in the book of Sirach as well. This is Sirach 27. And verse 11. It says, the discourse of a godly man is always with wisdom, but a fool changeth as the moon. It's another precept concerning the, I believe it's in Wisdom of Solomon. It is. Here we go. This Wisdom of Solomon 4. Yep, the 4. Ooh, not 4. 4 and selection. Here we go. This is 8. Wisdom of Solomon 4 and 8. It says, for honorable age is not that which standeth in length of time. Right? Because you will even have older Jake, come up to the camps and try to basically son brothers because they're older than them. Right? It says, for honorable age is not that which standeth in length of time, nor that is measured by number of years. But wisdom is the gray hair unto men, and an unspotted life is old age. Hey, so that's the separation, man. Right? And I got one more precept. I read attend unto wise counsel. I believe that's the point, man. That's the point, But attend unto wise counsel, man. When advice is given, adhere to it. Though it may be uncomfortable, though it may not be the answer that you want to hear, it's best that you do. It's best that you do. Because you ask again and you can get an answer. The Lord will allow a man or a brother to give you an answer, that'll hurt you. Right? So, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying unto the body. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Harakakwadash. I double honors unto the elders and apostles of GMS Great Millstone. And the sincere shalom to Hearken, bringing out this word in diligence and in truth. Shalom.